D, starting with you.
Yeah.
What are your top 5 looking like right now?
I got 49ers leading the pack. We'll go 1 through 5. Got 49ers leading the pack, 5-0 currently. Brock Purdy's playing out of his mind. I don't think a lot of people expected that out of him. I think the fact that he stepped up and is now that leader, that the veterans on that team, they kind of, they discounted him on that. So for him to step up and kind of be that player for them and take that role and step into those shoes speaks volumes of that offense now. The defense is doing their thing, as we predicted during episode 1. We said they were going to be strong on defense, and they've proven that. 2, I got the Eagles. We know what they're doing. Offensive juggernauts there. 3, they're playing right now. The Chiefs, who are about to spank the Broncos on Thursday Night Football. This might be a little controversial, but I got the Dolphins 4 and the Bills 5.
Ooh.
So and let me explain myself real quick. I know people are trying to put the Lions up there, but the Bills, we can't forget their track record and who they are and the players and the assets that they have on that team, right? We can't take. They had a bad game against the Jaguars, yes, but we can't take away what they've done previously and the competitors that they have on that team, and the skill that they have on that team. So that's my 5.
You put him at 5, even with the loss of Milano. You put him at 5.
I put him at 5. Yep.
So you got the Dolphins below the Bills.
I got Dolphins, then Bills, 4-5.
All right, John Riccardi, you were shaking your head. What's your power ranking before we start breaking that down?
I don't know if you could put the Dolphins ahead of the Bills after they took that spanking from the Bills. That was a bad loss, really bad. The only team to shut them down. But Niners are definitely one. I agree with that. Their defense is crazy. Brock Purdy went from last pick to Tom Brady level, kind of right now. He hasn't lost a regular season game since he came in. Yet he has not lost. The Eagles are 2, undefeated, still finding their way, but they winning. So they just find every time they go out, they win. I don't know. It's crazy. 3 is the Chiefs. They about to win, like he said. Broncos ain't got no shot. 4 is probably Buffalo. If their defense don't show up this week, they're gonna drop. But you got to put them up there right now. 5 might be the Lions. Lions are they doing their thing right now, man. They playing real good. Their defense shows up, and Goff turned his whole career around when he went to Detroit. So I think that's 5, man. I don't know if the Dolphins are up there now, but after they took that beating and had a tough time against a really bad Giants team, they only beat them by 16?
Yeah, but you can't expect that team to keep putting up 30, 40 points.
No, but
Come on, the Giants defense is horrible, dude, and they only beat them. They only put up 31 points.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Dolphins still got a lot to prove to me, man. If Tua goes out, they're in trouble, but the Dolphins have a lot to prove still.
All right. So number 1, you got San Francisco, and D got San Francisco number 1. All right. Will Ortiz, what's your top 5?
Yeah, I know I'm a Philly fan and everything, but I'm gonna be really honest here. So I do got San Fran.
No,
at first.
okay.
Not by a lot. Not by a lot. I will. I still believe Philly has a better defense, in my opinion, than San Fran. But I will say something that Brock Purdy for some reason is on a roll right now. Jalen Hurts' at least first 3 games, he's literally trying to find himself. I don't know. I'll text John and I was telling him, I feel like he was playing scared at one point. He wasn't throwing the ball. Or when he was throwing the ball, he was overthrowing it. It was almost like double guessing himself. But right now they play a good game last week. So I do have Philly 2nd for sure. Kansas City 3. I do have the Bills 4. The Bills that's why I can't have Miami at number 4 neither, because of the whooping that they put on Miami. And then Miami, man, listen, honestly, and for number 5 spot, it was literally Detroit or Miami. But I'm gonna have to go with Miami just because Tua's playing out of his mind right now.
Okay.
And his weapons, though, his weapons, and he has a running back that runs as fast as Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So,
he's going to be out for the next 3 weeks. So.
I was just going to mention that one too. Yeah, and he's it. But Mozart, he's not that bad of a running back neither. So as long as no one breathes on him, I think he'll be fine.
All right. So everybody got San Fran number 1. All right. What do you got?
Wait, did you have the Bills in your top 5? You had them 4? I do not have the Bills in the top 5. Just so everyone's aware, the Bills are not in the top 5. The AFC's Dak Prescott is not in the top 5. Just so everyone's aware. I disagree with you, Will. I don't think it's close between San Francisco and Philadelphia. I think San Francisco is a cut above the rest, and there's a bigger gap between San Francisco, the juggernaut, a handful of teams that are good, maybe 5 or 6 teams, and then everybody else is trash in the NFL. San Francisco is my number 1. Brock Purdy is a Tom Brady story. Has he lost a regular season game at all whatsoever? I don't think he has. Aside from the playoff game where he got hurt, he has not lost a regular season game. They just thrashed the Cowboys 42-10. We saw Sam Darnold play in a 49ers uniform. They're a cut above the rest. Don't sleep on the defense. As long as they stay Ayuk, as long as Debo, as long as CMC and George Kittle stay healthy, they have a one-way ticket to the Super Bowl, a cut above the rest. To Philadelphia.
Now hold up. You said San Francisco. You said Purdy's the Tom Brady right now.
Tom Brady story.
Why?
Tom Brady story.
But Tom Brady did it without a lot of weapons. There was a couple of years where he had shit.
My reference is to Tom Brady being a 7th draft pick.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
That's my reference. So from being the last one picked to now leading the 49ers on his little undefeated run is awesome. Number 2, Philadelphia, and it's Philadelphia. They're the next undefeated team. The tush push is the new Brady sneak. I guess Goater is popping up now and actually playing to the level that he can play. So number 2 is Philadelphia. Then my number 3 is Miami. My number 3 is the Miami Dolphins. The fastest team in the NFL is Miami. Yes, A-Chain, rookie sensation, is out for the next 3 weeks, but you can't deny the weapons that this team has. Mostert is also fast. I was just seeing something on TV that the top 5 fastest speeds recorded are all Miami Dolphins. 2 of them are A-Chain. The other one's Tyreek Hill. Number 6 honorable mention is Jalen Waddle. Tua, like you said, Will, is playing out of control. So I have the Miami Dolphins at number 3. And I know you mentioned they just barely beat the New York Giants, but they beat the New York Giants by 2 scores. And yes, we know the New York Giants are a dumpster fire, but I think they still won that game pretty easily. My number 4 team is the Detroit Lions. For number 4, this team has won the last 13 of 15 games. We are seeing flashes of Jahmyr Gibbs and what his future could bring. Sam Laporta is one of the best rookies in the NFL right now. I think Campbell's really has his team on the right track. So my number 4 team, who's 4-1, is Detroit, and also beat Carolina 42-24. And then my number 5 is Kansas City.
Love
for Kansas City. Kansas City is the 2023 Kansas City Chiefs
under Detroit.
So what happened?
You have them below the Lions, the Chiefs.
Below the Lions. The 2023 Kansas City Chiefs are the 2022 Minnesota Vikings. That's who they are. As opposed to a thrashing that they gave, who was it? Was it the Broncos? As opposed to that other game, every victory they've had has been a one-score victory, squeaking by teams. The Jets could have won that game, 100%. So I have them as number 5, and them at 4-1. They're all one-score victories except for that one blowout. So yeah, I definitely think that they're down at 5. And then we could talk. I mean, after that we could talk about the Bills, but Kansas City Chiefs at 5.